All right, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. In this video here, I got an interesting one. Somebody in the comments was going on and on about how whenever LeBron James leaves a team, they just go in the dumpster bin. Oh, man, if they were so good without him, why'd they fall apart like that? You had to go and make me look into it, didn't you? To just destroy this stupid narrative. You guys are better off to never mention it again because it is a trash, false, totally incorrect bunch of bullshit narrative. Maybe one of the worst ones. The super team thing is bad. This one here, to me, is maybe the worst one of all. Let's get into the context of this situation. Okay, so every time LeBron James leaves a team, they fall apart. So what the insinuation is, the crux of the narrative is, so the first time LeBron James on Cleveland, after the 2009-2010 season, then he goes to Miami. So what they're saying is the 2011 Cavaliers are the 2010 Cavaliers minus LeBron James. That's what they're saying. That's it. It's just only a LeBron is gone. That's the only thing missing. And they just go from 60 wins down to 20 wins and all this stuff. Well, let's take a look and see what happened. Okay, so in 2009-2010, LeBron James' best teammates in minutes played, all that, was Mo Williams, Anderson Varejao, Anthony Parker, Delonte West, Shaquille O'Neal, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Daniel Gibson, J.J. Hickson, and Anton Jamison. All right, so Mo Williams played 69 games, so that's a good amount. Anderson Varejao, 76. Anthony Parker, 81 games. Delonte West, 60. Shaq, 53, and he got hurt later in the year, but he was back for the playoffs. Ilgauskas, 64. Daniel Gibson, 56. Hickson, 81. Anton, 25, because he came via trade. So, as you can see, 15.8 from Mo Williams, 8.6 points per game, 15.8, 8.6, 7.3, yada, yada, down the line. Okay, so what happened from 2009, 2010 to 2010 to 2011? What changed? So, in the LeBron fans' mind, the only thing that happened was LeBron left. That's it. Well, there's about a million other factors as to what happened here. Okay, first of all, let's establish the players that are not there anymore. Delonte West, he went to Boston, so he's not there. Gone. Shaquille O'Neal, he also went to Boston. He's gone. Zydrunas Ilgauskas got traded for Anton Jamison, so obviously he's gone. All right. You got Mo Williams in 2011 played only 36. He started 34 games. He only averaged 13.3 because he was hobbled. Well, they traded him for Baron Davis. Okay. Baron Davis comes in and only plays 15 games for him. But anyway, so now Mo Williams is gone. All right. Anderson Varejao, who played 76 games in 2010, he was all defense. Well, what happened to him in 2011? He only played 31 games. That's it. Hurt, out for the rest of the year. Anthony Parker, he was there all year. He went from 7.3 to 8.3 points per game. Okay, whatever, marginal. Then you have Daniel Gibson. He actually started a handful of games, but he went from 6.3 up to 11.6. You know, trying to fill that void, whatever. J.J. Hickson went from 8.5 to 13.8. And Anton Jamison, the big acquisition in 2010, he played 56 games, but only started 38 because he was hobbled. He was injured. He didn't play all year. So they trade Mo Williams for Baron Davis. He only played 15 games, and they also brought in Ramon Sessions. So basically the guys that were there all year was Ramon Sessions, J.J. Hickson, Anthony Parker, Jameson was there for about 2/3 of the year, and then basically, he was replaced by Baron Davis. But that's a lot different looking team than the one that was in 2010. These players like Mo Williams, Anthony Parker, Delonte West, Daniel Gibson, these are small guards, outside shooters. LeBron James, when he makes a team, he wants one of two types of player. He wants a little guard that can shoot three-pointers, and then he just wants big guys, centers around the rim to play defense around the rim for him, basically. As long as they don't grab too many defensive rebounds, can't be affecting his stats. But so when you do that, that's when you take LeBron off the team, that's all you got left. A bunch of little guards that are essentially the same kind of player and big guys. You don't have any wing players, create your own shot kind of guy. Well, Anton Jameson was averaging 18 points a game, which actually is pretty good for a 34-year-old, but he got hurt. He only started 38 games because he was injured a lot. He never got to play with Baron Davis. And I believe if Baron Davis and Anton Jameson and Anderson Varejao, who only got to play 31 games, if those three guys would have been able to play together on the same team, I think they would have won at least 35, maybe 40 games competing for a playoff spot. I really believe that. Baron Davis, when he came in, 15 games, they were 7-8. They weren't trash. And that's without Varejao and without Antoine Jameson. Obviously, any one of these guys by themselves, no, they're not great. But collectively, they really weren't that bad. But the problem was there was just too many injuries. They got all these trades. There was no continuity, no chemistry. They could never form anything because people are just being shuffled in and out of the lineup, either from injuries or trades. Nothing like what happened here, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that are playing at least 60 games a year, and then another 2, which would be 8 guys that are playing at least 53 games. That's 2/3 of the season or more. Well, over here you got nothing like that. All you had was J.J. Hickson, Daniel Gibson, and Ramon Sessions. And those guys are just role players. So that's junk to say that about that. Shaq was third-team All-NBA in 2009. No, he wasn't the same kind of player, but still, he's gone. Delonte West, gone. The other guys were all injured, almost all of them, except for Anthony Parker, Daniel Gibson, and J.J. Hickson and Ramon Sessions. That was the core of your team. And these guys should have been backups, role players. They shouldn't be... Daniel Gibson starting games, that shouldn't have happened. But he had to because of all the injuries and all that kind of stuff. He was on the bench in 2010. That's what I'm talking about. It is not the same team minus LeBron James. And that's the weakest example. Miami, 2014. Their best players in minutes played or whatever was LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Shane Battier, Udonis Haslem, Chris Anderson, Mario Chalmers, all those kind of guys. All right. Well, after the 2014 season, Miami lost, obviously, LeBron James, but also Ray Allen and Shane Battier went with him. So there's 3 guys here that are gone. All right. So Miami brought in Hassan Whiteside, who only played 48 games. Okay. That's it. Luol Deng, I think he did play 72 games, something like that, whatever. But Wade missed 20 games, and Chris Bosh only played 44 games. So he missed 38 games in the season. So they only got to play, Bosh and Wade only got to play 28 games together. And Wade's stats across the board were down. Points per game, rebounds, assists. His block numbers, usually his whole career is getting right around 1 block a game, or even 1.2, 1.3. He got 0.3. So obviously, Dwayne Wade's explosiveness is gone. He's still, a pretty good player. He can, create his own jump shot and that kind of thing. But he's not exploding to the hole, he's not above the rim anymore. He's got to do it more with footwork and, intelligence, experience, that kind of thing. Totally different Dwayne Wade at that point. But anyway, in the middle of the season, they traded Norris Cole for Goran Dragic, okay? But after the 2015 season, I think they won like 37 games or something like that. Like, again, another team could never get any continuity. They never played together enough to form any kind of a chemistry or whatever. Well, the next year in 2016, Miami, well, now the guys are getting a chance to play, like Hassan Whiteside, Luol Deng, Goran Dragic, Dwayne Wade. They're playing more games together. Well, they end up being a 48-34 team. They lost in 7 games to Toronto in the Eastern Conference semifinals. 1 win away from getting to the Eastern Conference finals and playing Cleveland. But here's where the problem was. Right here, Chris Bosh. He played 53 games, and he missed 29 games, which is over a third of the season, and he missed the playoffs. If they would have had Bosh, there is no doubt they would have won that series, and they would have been playing Cleveland. Do I think they would have beat Cleveland? I don't know. Probably not. I might give them like a 30% chance, but it was possible. Maybe. But under the way it was with all, a Bosh injury, who was, at that point might have been their best player, because Wade's knee was just, limited him so much of what his game was that, he just was never the same Dwayne Wade again. Okay. So again, this narrative that it's just the 2014 Miami team minus LeBron, it's just not true. It's bullshit. Yeah, they brought in Luol Deng and Hassan Whiteside and later on Goran Dragic, but Wade missed games. Bosh missed half the season. And like I said, Bosh and Wade only played 28 games together. So that's going to be tough, again, your 2 best players to form any kind of continuity, chemistry, all that kind of thing. It just wasn't going to happen. But then when they did get to play some games, 48-34, respectable record, 1 game away from the Eastern Conference Finals without Bosh. If they would have had Bosh all year and healthy, they would have won probably 53 to 55 games. They would have been either the 1 or the 2 seed in the conference. No question they're getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. There's no doubt about it. But injuries, that's what happened. Okay, now my favorite one. 2018 Cleveland. The playoff team in minutes played, their best players were LeBron James, J.R. Smith, Kevin Love, George Hill, Jeff Green, Tristan Thompson, and Kyle Korver. All right, well, right away, from 2018 to 2019, LeBron James is gone. He's gone. Jeff Green, he's gone. Kyle Korver, he's gone. All right? J.R. Smith played 11 games. That's it. Kevin Love, 22 games. Okay? George Hill only played 13 games, and then he was traded. Tristan Thompson played 43 games. Tristan Thompson played the most games of anybody left from the 2018 Cleveland team, and it was half a season of 43 games. How is that the same team? Not even close. So, who finished out the season for the 2019 Cleveland Cavaliers? The leaders in minutes played and all that kind of thing. You had C.D. Osman, who I don't even know if I know who that guy is. Colin Sexton was a rookie. Alec Burks, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr. played the most games at 67, and then Rodney Hood played 45 until he got traded. And then some other very important piece of information as well was the 2010 NBA draft for Cleveland. They had no draft picks because they used them up. They always used them up to try to win with LeBron. Well, they didn't win, and they burned all their draft picks, okay? And then for Cleveland, they had no draft picks at all in the 2016 season, no draft picks at all in the 2017 season. In the 2018 season, they got a first-round pick. They picked Colin Sexton. They had no second-round pick. So in 3 drafts, they got 1 pick. And the reason why is because they're getting Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade and Kyle Korver and George Hill, just bringing in all these guys to try to win a championship with, keep LeBron happy, essentially, which he ended up leaving anyway. But they mortgaged their future, basically. They did not have draft picks to build upon. If they would have had some players in the 2016 draft, maybe by 2019 they could have been developed. Look at Cleveland right now. I saw the record the other day, like 29-4. And I think one of these guys, who's either Jordan Clarkson, I think it's Jordan Clarkson, is still on the team, on Cleveland. So again, this is not just take LeBron out of it and see how the team does. Never in any of these three situations is that what happened. And it wasn't even, a couple guys got hurt. No, it was a bunch of guys got hurt and other people left. Shaq left, Delonte West left, Ilgauskas didn't even finish the 2010 season. And then you had all those injuries in there. Ray Allen left, Shane Battier left, Jeff Green left, Kyle Korver left. And then these other guys like J.R. Smith, 11 games. Kevin Love, 22 games. Tristan Thompson, 43 games. I mean, you guys are being ridiculous. It's the most stupid narrative I've ever heard. And how is it a compliment anyway that, LeBron James, turned the franchise into worse than what he found it? How is that in any way a compliment anyway? He didn't help the franchise at all. He just demanded that coaches and players get fired, players get traded, cut, whatever, anything to pacify LeBron James, and then they turn him into trash. And then these guys get hurt, and then it's like, you turn into a bottom team without LeBron. Well, who would it? When your team is all banged up and beat up, and there's nobody left. You're bringing in your bench with the players that played with LeBron that came off the bench are now starters because everybody's hurt. I mean, it's just the stupidest freaking narrative I've ever heard in my life. The 2019 Cleveland, like I said, the guys were C.D. Osman, Colin Sexton, Alec Burks, Jordan Clarkson, Rodney Hood, and Larry Nance Jr. That was the squad you were rolling out there. And see, no LeBron, it falls to garbage. Well, what about all the other guys? I mean, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, Jeff Green, Kyle Korver, George Hill, and LeBron James. 6 of your top 7 players from the year before played 22 or less games or were just not there at all. So this is a stupid narrative. It's very easy to debunk. And you guys end up looking like fools by saying this stuff. I mean, the proof is right here. Look it up yourself. Tell me that the team that LeBron was on the year before he left, 2010 Cleveland, 2014 Miami, and 2018 Cleveland, you tell me that roster is virtually the same minus LeBron James. Look it up. You tell me. It's drastically different through injuries, trades, and just free agency, whatever. Vastly different teams, all three of them. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. This was another thing. I wasn't even planning on doing this video, but somebody had to keep pushing it about, you're not explaining it right. It's like, dude, I can't explain it over a comment, So I made a video on it. I got into it. I got all the detail. I already knew some of this, but I didn't know how bad it was. It's way worse than I thought it was. So this doesn't mean anything because there's never a situation where it's just the same team and then you take LeBron out of it and that there's just the same team minus the one guy. That's not it. Just like the Bulls, that stupid narrative about the 94 Bulls. They won 2 less games without Jordan. It was not the same team, just minus Jordan. They added Kukoc, Kerr, Longley, Wennington, Pete Myers. They added all those pieces to give them depth. And then the other side of it is the East got incredibly weak through all of the trades, all of the injuries, and also there was even a couple of deaths. That also contributed mightily to what happened. You guys with your narratives, man. And you just put it out there like you think you know what you're talking about. You don't. Stop listening to ESPN and Fox Sports. It is rotting your brain, and you're wrong. That's the thing. You guys are wrong. You want it to be right because it makes your boy look good. You want it to be correct, but it's not. Just because they say it, they have an agenda to push. Please, for God's sake, stop listening to them. Do your own homework and your own research from now on. Stop listening to these jackasses. I mean, they're full of shit. They have an agenda to push. That's all it is. So anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And that's it for now.